black and white. And how do we coexist? And so I want to give guidelines to here are some things to say. Here's how you can enter into the conversation. If you want to ask some question, here are some healthy, good questions to ask that I don't believe will be offensive. Screened by your girl, Lisa Nichols. Right? And if you get in trouble, point them to my questions and say, Lisa Nichols said, ask this question. And so put it on me.
What would be a beginning of that conversation? What would be a start? Like, what's at the top of that list?
Yes. So I love the question. And so we can start here right now, right? And so at the top of the list is acknowledgement. So write this down if you're listening to me right now. Write down, I take responsibility for ... Okay. And now, so you start the sentence with, I take responsibility for. Now, this again is where the doctor says, it's going to feel better later, but right now it might hurt. Are you willing to take my hand? Right? I take responsibility for not seeing what it's like to be in your shoes and not looking further than I have looked in the past. I'm giving you examples right now, right?
Yeah.
I take responsibility. I take responsibility for being privileged and what that might mean that I'm not even aware of and what I am aware of. I take responsibility for hearing about 1, 2, or more brutal deaths to African American males and not making it a priority back then. I take responsibility for being late to the conversation. I take responsibility for the pain that I may have directly through my unconsciousness or indirectly through my unconsciousness caused you. Second sentence, I know it must have made you feel. Now, what's happening is in the first sentence, you're owning your part. So there needs to be a sense of ownership in any relationship, in any healing. And what we're doing right now, right at the top of this, facilitating healing across cultural lines. That's what we're doing right now. Facilitating healing.
Yes.
This is that time, right? So it's a beautiful time filled with a lot of pain. It's a beautiful time. And I don't want you to, please don't take my words out of context. I'm not saying there's nothing easy about now. I'm not saying that we deserve to be here through the path that's gotten us here. But it's a beautiful time to start some healing that we've never had before. You have a Black woman and a white woman with the same name, by the way, on national, with international access television, talking about race and culture, and you're asking me to guide you on how to help us heal. Yes. Long overdue. Let's do this.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But let me give you the next sentence because this is real important. There's a couple of more sentences. So the next sentence is, I know it must make you feel. So this is where, Lisa, you step out of your shoes and you do your best to step in my shoes without any defending or protecting your feelings. I know it must make you feel angry that it's taken this long. Ooh, brings tears to my eyes. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I know it must make you feel frustrated that you've contributed so much to society and you're still dealing with this in 2020.
Yes.
I know it must make you exhausted that you have to still explain to us after all of this time how to be with you. I know it must make you feel like you just want to give up on us in this relationship because, Lisa, it does at times. At times I go, what? How much more do we have to show you, tell you, love you, serve you, forgive you? I'm exhausted. And so in your ownership, I know it must make you feel exhausted that we're still here and that we can send a man to the moon and create a cell phone, but we can't learn how to serve humanity.
So true. That is so true. That is so ready
Yeah, I'm just telling you. If you
Wait,
want to know what will work, if you want to know what will work, not this will work. The next sentence, I have two more sentences for you. The next sentence is what I'm learning is. What I'm learning is I need to listen.
mhm,
What I'm learning is that I need to not act like I know what it's like to be in your shoes. I need to respect you to tell me. What I'm learning is I have a lot to learn. What I'm learning is that I want to be a new level advocate. What I'm learning is it's not equal. It's not all equal. What I'm learning is we have not made enough progress. And then the last sentence, what I'm committed to do differently. What I'm committed to do differently is to vote with social fairness in mind. What I'm willing to do differently is hold myself and my community and my politicians accountable to being fair to you, and not from a place of victim, and not from a place of I'm going to help the Black person, from a place that you are my sister, you are my brother, and I'm late to this conversation, but I will never be late to it again. What I'm committed to do differently is. And so those four sentences, and if you can please write those down, post those somewhere. I take responsibility for. I know it must have made you feel. What I'm learning is, and what I've learned is, and what I'm committed to do differently is.
mhm,
Hmm.
mm.